back to Apex Alchemy. This week, my wife was shopping in some pawn shops, running around town, doing some things with the lady friends and stuff, and she picked up a wee Kitefin, and I was just going to introduce it to the collection. We have it sitting here today next to the Buck 841 for a reason, because it's very similar in style. It's very similar in price. And that's maybe where the similarities end, but you know, I would say that it was very similar in quality myself, but we'll let you be the judge of that. And just for shits and giggles, I got a full-size AD15 Daddy Demco out here so that you can check that out. My wife will be doing a review on this knife, the Wii, after she carries it for a little while. Put the Daddy Demco up. And I do want to go over some similarities about the Buck and the Wii. As soon as she handed it to me, it felt a little familiar. You know, I mean, I'm not saying anybody copied anybody. I'm not sure which one come first, the chicken or the egg. What I'm saying is, like, it's very similar in profile. It's very, like, let's go over some numbers, shall we? All right. First, I wish I had an ASMR microphone. I got to get one of these. Listen to this. Oh, let's try that again. Check this out. Oh God. That's the only 2 times I've ever failed to flip this knife. I can't even see my finger. Awesome. Okay. It can button. I'm just not going to be able to do it, am I? Nope. It does come out with a little bit more authority with my flipping action if I just flip it and quit trying to show out. Yeah. Okay, let's go over some numbers. The Wii. First of all, just look at the beauty. You know, if I hope the camera picks that up and translates it, but it's got this titanium, this blue and black type of swirl stuff going on. It's very geometrical. It's a very satisfying knife to handle. On the flip side, man, titanium frame lock, deep carry pocket clip, right or left hand. Let's go over some numbers. First, going by Knife Center right now, because they had both of them in stock. The Wii Kitefin 2001D runs $161.50. The blade is 3 1/4 inches, or 3.24 inches, with a 2.68 inch cutting edge, which means they left you a finger choil, which is kind of nice. I personally don't need it on a knife this small, but it's there, and that's the important thing. You know, like it's there if you want it. Closed, it's a 4 1/4 inches. The overall length is 7.49 inches, so almost 7.5. The steel is CPM S35 VN. The blade stock is 0.010 of an inch. Very thin. It's, you know, very nice slicer. It's a drop point. It's hollow ground, and it's got a satin finish. The handle is 0.38 inches wide. This will be the measurement that is the biggest difference in the knife, or in the Buck and the Wii. The Buck is a tad over a 1/2 inch at like 0.52. Both of them running on cage ball bearings. This one weighs 2.88 ounces. That could really actually be the biggest measurement difference, really. And of course, it is made in China by Wii, which produces some wonderful knives for the price points. I'm going to leave this here for a second. I haven't used it. I haven't cut anything with it. She's cut some paper. She said it's very satisfying to use, and I believe her. I'm gonna leave that here for just a second. And I am gonna run over some numbers over the buck just to show like how the similarities, how I perceive them to be anyway. So it's got a 3 1/4 inch blade with a 3 inch cutting edge. They didn't leave you any finger choil. You do have a sharpening choil. It's got a 4.375 inch length when it's closed, so almost identical. Overall length is 7.50 inches, which is, again, almost identical. This one is a drop point as well with a hollow grind, S45VN steel. That is Boss heat treated, if that means anything to you. It's got a deep carry pocket clip, but it's right hand carry only. This cannot be flipped. I hear the word on the street is that you can call Buck and they'll send you a left-handed carry pocket clip if you'd like. I don't know. I haven't tried it. Read that in a forum. The handle, like I said, it's just barely over a 1/2 inch. You can see the differences here. So this is more nimble, slimmer profile. This one in my hands is probably a little bit more comfortable for this size knife. I get a little bit more purchase. It's not too thick, but it's definitely not this surgical precision type frame in my opinion. Like you could really get in and do some fine etching with whatever you want to do that with a pocket knife. Both our own cage ball bearings as mentioned earlier, and the weight of this one is 3.4 ounces, coming in at an entire 1/2 ounce heavier than the Wii. So that's I'll hold them here for you. They're both sitting on the wood. You can check the profiles out, and of course this is made in the United States of America, for whatever that means or doesn't mean to you. And to me, it also has a very satisfying, kind of pretty marbled carbon fiber. It's a liner lock though, where this one is a frame lock. Did I go over the price? If I didn't, it's $199 on Knife Center. $199, $160, $150. So my initial thoughts, man, is it's a gorgeous knife. Like I may have to get one myself. I was looking at other Wiis that have the same style, like whatever they call that. I don't know. But like I was looking at other models. I couldn't find many. One of the other ones was a fin model too, like a high fin or something like that. And there was another Wii, but both of them actually were shorter than this knife. So this is the biggest Wii knife that they actually have that pattern on. And I love that pattern. I think that pattern is absolutely stunning. Feels great in hand. It does. It feels really good in hand. The jimping is, it's pretty useless. But it's there. There's some there. If it's not quite what I would consider grippy, but that's neither here nor there. It might be your favorite style of jimping that they've ever done, and that's totally cool. The jimping on the Buck, in comparison, is more of a directional jimping. Like on top, you get a little bit of a purchase, but you really get more purchase if you're holding it at the side. So like if you're holding it at the side and you're doing some angular cutting, then you get a little bit more purchase on the blade and a little bit more control on the blade if you're side. But I think this is more aesthetically pleasing than it is functional in my opinion, and that's just, to me, some people hate that stuff, and that's cool. But I found a lot of similarities in these knives, and I'm not a Buck hater, so I don't see that as an insult. Of course, this looks way more modernized and more intricate, and like a gentleman's knife or a lady's knife, like something that's it's it's non-threatening. Well, neither is this one really. I wouldn't say so anyway. But it's it just looks more aesthetically, I don't know. It's prettier. It's prettier in my opinion. But anyway, that's gonna be the end of this video. I don't have any user input, just an introduction, kind of my first thoughts, and kind of showing you the difference between the size. And just break out the Demco Daddy again. So you said, you know, next to the AD-15, which this is like a 8-inch knife. So, oh, that's breaking in nice. I like this knife. Anyway, that'll be it. Till next time, and we'll catch you on the flip side.